All wins are good wins. It's late February. The way the game was called, it's tough to make a layup early on. I think we overcame the way the game was called today. We overcame a lot of adversity with that, in my opinion. So, you get different lifts from different guys. Obviously, the second half, I think Eric had the first 9 to start the half, which got us extended the lead for us. So, our passing was better in the second half, hence our offense was better, 52% from the field in the second half. So we wanted to make sure we didn't lose this game at the 3-point line. So we did a pretty good job. Held them to 6 makes out of 20, 6 for 27. That was a big goal of ours. In this particular game, to stop 0, 2, and 8 at the 3-point line. So we finally out-rebounded somebody. I thought Adai's energy really picked up and changed the game. He's only 3 for 8 from the field, 4 for 7, but his rebounding, I thought really changed some things. His offensive rebounding got us some extra ones. We had 15 offensive rebounds, which was huge for us, especially, again, the way we weren't making shots, and it was tackle football around the rim early on, and really, for us, the whole game. So I thought our guys really overcame it. So I was really proud of the fact that we overcame the physicality and the fouls around the rim that didn't get called.
You talked about Eric being consistent. He obviously had.
I can't hear you, Ben. I'm sorry.
Sure. Eric, you talked about his consistency, his work ethic. How did he power through what was basically a multi-week slump to kind of have this performance?
Well, because Eric's got toughness. That's how. Eric works unbelievably hard. He's our hardest practicer every day. And he's got toughness. He's not mentally soft, so things don't bother him. So he's got belief in himself because of the work he puts in.
Coach, you mentioned the impact that Adai had, not necessarily scoring, but at the rebound.
Yes.
How have you seen his game transform outside of scoring? The rebound?
Well, the stronger he has gotten physically. And it's really not upper body. For him, it's lower body. So he can have a base. Because when you're as tall as him, you know, everybody's trying to chop you down and push you and knock you off balance. So he's really still working on getting his base. The second thing, against contact. So then he can hold his ground and his size becomes a factor, whether it's scoring, especially rebounding and block shots. The second piece is his conditioning. And the third piece is cortisone. You gotta play with heart. You know, sometimes, we play a competitive game. You know, my dad's in town. He used to always tell guys, they should take up fishing. You can get a 6-pack, sit on the dock of the bay, sing Michael Bolton songs all day. We play a competitive sport. You have to play with heart. And I thought Adai really came in and changed when I got on him by rebounding the ball, offensive rebounding, and he went and got one as best as he had went and got one all year. And he started playing harder than he's ever played with his effort to go get the ball. He can't, and what happens when these young kids, they only want to play when they get it. That's when they play. They don't play the game off the ball. They don't rebound. They don't run. They don't defend. They work with their trainer, and they got the ball for an hour and a half. And real players play without the ball. You only have the ball for, a minute of your time that you're out there. So you try to teach them that. I give the guy all the credit. I thought he changed us. He definitely infused us with energy, and the crowd loves him, so that helps. You a Cardinals fan?
Yeah.
Cardinals from St. Louis?
I lived there for briefly. Yeah, I bounced around quite a bit.
Coach, what can you say about
So
Kobe
now
Johnson?
the Dodgers are better.
I hear a lot of that lately.
What can you say about Kobe Johnson's effort? Only 3 points, about 13 rebounds, 4 assists.
Well, he's been doing that all year. 3 steals, 4 assists, 13 rebounds. He's been doing it all year. Sometimes the ball won't go in. So his ball didn't go in today, but for the most part, it doesn't affect him because he's a senior. And the problem with young players is they're affected by whether the ball goes in or not. It affects their defense. And that's what happened to us the other night. we forgot to play defense because the ball wasn't, we were missing free throws, the ball wasn't going in. So if you're going to make any type of run, you're going to have to win a game when the ball didn't go in. We went to the Final Four and we scored 51 points, 52 points to beat the number 2 team in the country. It was Michigan that year. I think we beat them 52-50 or 51-49. So you got to be able to win when the ball didn't go in. So Kobe keeps playing when things don't go his way. That's what veteran guys do, and that's what really consistent winners do. So as a coach, you're always, that's what you're striving for all the time. And I thought our guys did a great job again. That's why I stood up with handling adversity of the lack of fouls that were being called in the first half. And around the rim the whole game. Because you could cry and, talk about officiating, but that's a losing trait. So they really fought through it. I'm really proud of them.
And what can you tell us about those 5 days in between that last game and I guess the way practices went up until this
Nothing
game?
different. We were off Wednesday. When we have 3 days this late, we're going to take one with no contact. So nothing different. These guys, they're good guys. It's just my job to mold them into guys that can win and get in the tournament and win in the tournament. I told you, we got really, really good guys on that team. Too nice at times. Concerns me.
Dear Coach, first we gotta say, I don't know anybody who sings Michael Bolton songs.
Neither do I. You a fisherman?
No.
No, neither am I. So neither of us would know.
So 500 wins. Is it sunk in? What does it feel like?
Yeah, I'll give you one answer to that, out of respect, because I know who you are in your career. So I just don't like it. Today, for me, today's about number 32. So, it means I'm old. When you first start coaching, you don't dream you're going to be the coach at UCLA. So for me, I got to coach at my alma mater at UCLA, and it may be the best. I mean, they changed leagues, Murray State, the OVC broke up, but there was a time that Murray State was probably the best job to get in the country for a young first-time head coach. You could mess up with the media. It didn't matter, there was no media. The Paducah Sun was not, you were not going to get railed by the Paducah Sun. So I've had some really, really good jobs. And obviously I haven't scored a point. So it's really not about me. I really don't think about stuff like that. I never have. Jeff Van Gundy said this, and he's somebody I have great respect for because he's a man of principle. He's not a man of money or chasing victory. He coaches because he loves the game, and he walked away for the right reasons, and he stayed away to raise his kids, and that's the only reason he's back. He said legacy is the most overrated thing in life. The most overrated thing in life. So being a good, what I tell these guys, being a good father and a good person, when they lay you down to lower that casket, okay? I actually haven't done this with these guys, but I've done it with some teams, like we had a fake funeral. So when they lay me in that casket, somebody said, well, he won this many games, and the all-time win leader is Mike Krzyzewski in the men's side.
Yeah.
I would think that he would be more concerned with what they say about what kind of father he was, what kind of person he was, than how many games he won. Because I got news for you, okay? There's a lot of government people in the last week or so that have had their jobs taken from them by our own people. There's a lot of people that could care less that the Bruins won today. So when it comes to that stuff, today's about Bill Walton. And I went off on my diatribe there because I just think legacy's overrated. That stuff, to me, I'm not a guy that even has memorabilia and stuff. I did want a picture with the guys, okay? And my family's into it, but I'm really not.
I gotta ask you one more thing. So if the fans cheered when they missed the free throw today, now, did you get any blowback on that?
I'm sure I get blowback all the time. I'm sure between you and Ben, you guys are, who's gonna rip him next? But that's what you're paid to do, right? You get your ass beat, you're gonna get ripped. And if you can't handle that as a coach, you gotta get the hell out. You know, so, but blowback doesn't affect me at all, at all. You know, look, I got a lot of friends, some people are here today, and these guys at El Camp, where I'm a member, I have to, in summer, I gotta listen to them bitch about Coach Roberts. The guy's one of the best managers of all time. He's winning World Series without his best pitcher, without his best players. He's got guys injured. And these guys, all they do is complain. I'm like, you guys are unbelievable. I mean, what the hell you want the guy to do? Did Urias he didn't get Urias arrested 2 years ago, right? I mean, you know, so blowback, it's coming. You get your whole team get hurt. I guarantee Greg Gard's team lost a 17-point lead. My dad's on his phone. He's like, people are calling for Greg Gard's job. I said, what the hell are you reading that stuff for? But he's old. He gets his sports updates. Don't they, you know, Greg? They got to build a statue of Greg Gard, you know, for as long as he stayed there and the winning that they do. But you're never going to make everybody happy. So yeah, I'm sure I get blowback for a lot of stuff. That's the way it is. The way it is. I don't worry about that stuff, and I worry about when Sky and Eric are 28. Not right now. Are they going to say that I cared about it? Enough to be hard on them and try to teach them right from wrong. And sometimes I say stuff I shouldn't say. I'm well aware of that. I can be too hard on them. Okay, but I'd rather err on that side because I wake up worrying about what they think when they're 28, not when they're 18. When they're 28, what was Mick Cronin all about? Did he let me do things I shouldn't have been doing just because I was scoring points for him? Or did he sit me down and try to change my ways as a man? And to me, that's way more important than winning 500. Thanks, guys.